Hello again, everybody. Nice to see you. It is episode 19 of Project 2 of The Joy of Functional Game Dev, and the tag for the start of the day in the GitHub repository is 0.18.1, called Start of Episode 19. In between episodes, I added the mouse wheel event. I haven't even tested it, but I imagine it probably works. Anyway, moving on. Over to the Trello board. We're still working on getting to the point where the other entities move and do things, and our code base is still not quite ready to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at where, because as it turns out, the game state is insufficient. We've got a render grid and a map grid, but map grid is no longer going to be enough, because right here, and while this has worked so far, what it does not capture is call it, and also we're going to rename play state to free movement state. And we're also going to rename this to free movement. What that means is that at that moment, everything, the boat is able to freely move, and nothing, there's nothing for the player to choose, or nothing for the player to react to. Because what's going to start to happen is that there's going to be a call it two types of events. One, initiating an encounter with something else, and then two, encounter initiated by other object. So, i.e., you move into something, and then i.e., something moves into you. And the difference is that what I'm inputting, while I'm in free movement state, I move around. No problem. But then after I've moved into something, I have to choose what is it I'm attempting to do during my interaction with it. For example, am I attempting to attack? Am I attempting to give it a gift? Am I attempting to, whatever. And then the other one is the other things are going to move into me. For example, like the storm. The storm is going to move into me, and it's going to cause damage. And while there's not really a choice that I have, it's here, this is what happened. And the easiest way to do this is to just store this location to this location. But it means our map grid is no longer sufficient to record game state, and that's really the key here. So type initiate encounter state equals, and it's very similar to this one, except that it has, well, since it's you, we'll just have an encounter cell location, which will be a cell location. And then we're going to have a type of respond, or encounter initiated. We're going to call it a PC encounter and an NPC encounter. That's what we're going to do. And then really, now that I start to think about this, so locations, that's a list. So, in reality, now that I look at it like, okay, here is the place that you've initiated an encounter with. Here are the places that have initiated encounters with you. And this can all work within the free movement state. I can put it all put it all back to the play state and have these things build it, and we'll make sure everything's cool. Do I really need a different encounter state, or can I go based on my play state? And I think I can. And I will, I think, rename it back to play state. And I think I'm going to roll that back in there. But it was useful to take a look at what I needed to do in order to make a good decision, kind of prototype it. So my encounter cell location, I'll just call it PC encounter. PC being player character, and that's going to may or may not be there. And these will be NPC encounters. That'll be a list. If it's an empty list, then there are no encounters. So what I render depends on, do I have one of these? If I don't have one of these, what's the first one of these? And then if not, then we render what it is we're doing, rendering where we're at. But so it means that, because when we're playing non-idle play state, in my fold, and dude is absolutely right. So I got some schooling on how to properly do these sorts of folds, because these are difficult to read. I did not think that they were, but they are. So here's state. So state is on idle play state. Player location option get. So I have the player location. Okay, so when we're idling, that's the only time we do that. So in any case, all right, so when I'm doing the render grid, I start with an empty render grid. And that's not necessarily what I should do, but I do for now. So this, which is the, here's my state that gets spit out. I double pipe it in here, and it does this really does this really help aid in the readability, or does it make the fold just as weird? I don't know, maybe. So key down X. I'm gonna do quit event. Quit details. There's not much to the details. Key details. Quit details. Key details. I gotta get out of the habit of just putting things like X. So here's state. State's game state, and so I'm going to handle my key down. When I handle key down, state move boat. And what is state? State is a play state. Well, that's quite handy. All right. So I move the boat, and I've got the encounters. and at which point, so the boat is, get the boat from where it is because it's going to have state with it. Get the next location. So if the map grid contains the next location, then, and there's more to it than this. And so next, I'm going to go, is the map grid occupied? If state.mapgrid contains key, not contains key, dot next location is dot object is some, then else. So if that is, then, right? So the new let map grid equal that. So if that, then, and this will be different. It's not exactly the same thing here. This is getting kind of ugly, and probably going to have to, is the map grid occupied? It is occupied, in which case I need to, he's not going to move, and he's going to initiate an encounter. See, this is, I'll go with PC encounter. Excuse me. Alright. So it's going to be map grid, encounter, none. State map grid, next location, some. State map grid, and this is all this stuff. I don't like the none, how the none doesn't like it here. Okay, now the compiler's okay, else, good, none. Alright. Sure, okie doke. And so that will at least get our PC encounters initialized. And now we need some other state. So we don't necessarily have, so there's a different thing going on depending on so it's really this. Let's let the play state be handled. I just need a new one. Handle key down, play state, free movement. And we'll just pass it along to handle some locations, func, set visible, func, keyboard event, and state. Okay. Neato. Okay. And actually, I think it does aid in the readability. And double pipe it. keyboard event and the state and pump it into the free movement state. Because really what I need to do, and one of the things here that I want, and where did I put it? Map cell. I have I don't remember where there it is. I want to change these so they don't have the same, or call it is. And yeah, I know. So I want to there's a method here. Just that these other names, these names are colliding with this, and I think it's causing me some issues. Okay, we'll do you here. All right. This boat. And all right, so there's that map grid's initial map. PC encounter equals none. PC and NPC encounters equals list.empty. Yes, sir. That's the initial map. All right, so we start with nothing going on. Well, cool. We'll go back to our event handler. An event handler pretty soon is going to have to change some things. Handle key down to play state. So now I'm going to put another for play state. So we're going to have free movement has PC encounter has NPC encounters. Yep. That's going to be a play state equals, and that's going to be match play state with well, we'll do an if. Play state, oh, it's capital S. So if play state PC encounter is some, then we are in has PC encounter. What don't you like? Now, elif play state dot NPC encounters dot so if not, we'll put the not here. Then has NPC encounter. Let's settle on the capitalization, shall we? Else free movement. All right. And that will give us that. And then we go over to event handler. We're going to pipe that into, and now we're going to do something a little bit weird. Match state with free movement has PC encounter. We're just going to send it all to the same place at the moment because I don't have anything else has NPC encounters. So, then we will have other functions to handle these things. But so now, depending on the state, send it through to a different function and use partial application for these things. And so, we're going to put I'm going to stub this out. PC encounter. Go in NPC encounters. Walls. We'll put state. Play state. Some. So that at least just persists it. Zip, zip. So I have the ability to get into the next object, so next location sum. So I put that into so put that into my PC encounter. But now I also wind up needing some NPC encounters because we also need PC encounter. Well, I don't need to do this. PC encounter equals PC encounter. Oh, that's a semicolon. So now what should happen, and this should compile. What should happen is I can run around a bit, but the second I run into something, I should freeze and then, nope, up because I didn't wire it up. Why didn't you tell me? So if I put this one here for my PC encounters, and this is my NPC encounters. Where were you, Biosec? Where were you? Okay, so now move freely, and I see there's merfolk. I'm going to move into him, and then, as you hear me, can't move around anymore. He's stuck because he's in a state with the he's in this state, so, and locked in a thing where I'm not accepting any input. So what I'm going to do is now I can do and that gets rid of that. I don't think I want to escape, do I? What we're going to do here is if you hit the space bar, you're going to cancel the PC encounter. Actually, let's go with F4. So F4 will be the close the window, and escape will be cancel the encounter. not none. We're just going to do a state play state sum. Everything else is going to remain the same. State with, well, we're still trying to do this. Well, actually, really, you cannot get out of here. No, you can. So we're going to do this, state, but instead of that, it's going to be state with PC encounter equals none. So we go in there and we're going to, if we hit escape, we're going to cancel the encounter. So here we go, move around, move around, move around. Gonna get in there, can't move around, escape, I can move around again. Okay. Yeah, this may seem slow and a little bit goofy in how we do things, but it's good. It's okay, the encounter has happened, and then what? Because now, but now actually I need to, when I move the boat, I need to update the actors. So when, basically, because it's turn-based, the time that's at the boat is the key to the whole thing. Whenever the boat does something, then then we wind up we wind up updating everybody else's, and that's what the move actors does. And so, really, map. So how we're gonna do that, and that's gonna be the key to how everything happens. But in order to do that, we do need to store. No, we don't need to do anything else. So at this point, so we have a map. So update the actors for the grid. Update actors. So we have the map grid. We update the actors. All right. Let updated map grid equal all this stuff. And then what happens here, this ends up being updated map grid. But we update the actors. But we also need we need NPC encounters. And we need list.empty for that, because it won't have a list. That won't have a list either. And then we're going to do let finalized map grid NPC encounters equals updated that. Comma NPC encounters. Yeah, it'll make sense. It really will. So the first thing we do is we're going to update the map grid. We're done. So now we've got, because in here we initiate the encounter, but we don't update the time. It also needs to, this needs return a tuple. cell location list map list empty. So we're cool. All right. Now it'll compile and stuff and just won't do anything. So I'm going to update the map based on what this needs to do. Is there any way for me to combine these together? Well, yes, there is. Yeah, well, I have no need to finalize map grid at all. Because I still take that, I send it on through here. There's an updated map grid, NPC encounters, no need for the intermediate step. So, do that, move the boat, update the visibility flags, update the actors, and which will return me a new map grid and my NPC encounters, and then I can throw those into the new state. And that's all groovy. Well, that's good. Alright, I like it. Neat. Okay. But now, we're going to fold. We're going to do another fold. So, we're going to do it the right way. Okay. So at the moment, that's what gets returned. So I want the initial map. So it's map.empty of these things. That stuff. And I don't have and a list of list.empty. So starting with that, we're also passing map. We're throwing that in there. Okay, so that's my state, and I'm going to map.fold it. Map.fold. Okay, nope, it's like that, like this. So we're going to fold, and it's going to be fun state key value state, just so that we're going to compile, and this should give me, this should compile in. There it goes. All right. Okie doke. And this is going to be hard to follow. Who knows? Okay, so state is really map and encounters. And we're going to return map and encounters. No problem. Key is location. Grid is map cell. So, depending on the content of the map cell, match map cell with, and as I recall, map cell will match with is nothing or is boat. We're going to do so does not match dot object with is nothing is boat. This one will return. It's going to continue doing some nothing, and also we'll put a, there it is. Okay. So if it's nothing or if it's a boat, it's going to do some nothing. Otherwise, and here's my current turn. All right, so gonna go with none and boat boat properties. Can I even do this? No, I think I have to do it. Map cell object, which is a some boat properties. Doesn't like it. Union case takes one argument. None. What don't you like today? Union case takes one argument. Some boat, or is boat. Huh. This could be a none. Well, let me see. Cell.object. Some boat properties. Do I have to parenthesize things? No. Map object. Let me go back to the thing. All right, so map cell. Where's map cell? Here's map cell. And there's my object. It's a map object. Map object is up here. Map object. Oh, has a current turn and a detail. All right. So, all right. So I'm thinking of it the old way. Some object where, or is it when object dot current turn less than current turn. So really though, that's now an if, because that's a, so it's really if map cell dot object dot current turn. Oh, it still doesn't match. All right, actually it's a bind. Bind? Or is it option either? Nope, I gotta do a match. All right. So some object when object current turn is less than current turn, then we're gonna have it let update actor. And we'll have that, but we're gonna have actor location, cell location. We're gonna return the map and encounters. We can do that times encounters. Map encounters, which is that, and a cell location list with the star. So, okay. I'm going to update the actor. We're going to take an actor location and the current turn. Actually, you know what? Some object. Well, and what are the maybe I put the details on here? I'm not sure. We're just going to return map encounters. Do I need to do this? Okay. So map is cell is okay. So at the moment, update actor does nothing. So this determines, yes, it's your turn to move. So you're going to update the actor. And what are we going to do about it? Ooh, but you know what? No, it's still going to work. And this is going to be this is the awesome bit. Rec. And this is all going to make sense. This is really going to make sense. Update actor can happen. Actually, we're going to just do this. We're not even going to we're not going to do that stuff here. Here, it's like, hey, I found an object. We're going to update the actor. It's a location, current turn, and the other things. So we take this location, the current turn, and we're going to update the actor, which at the moment is just going to do some nothing. Now, should I put the map cell in there? I think I should. Is it a map cell? It is a map cell, right? So, it makes it a little bit simpler. Because I've already bothered to get this out, so I've got the object out. So, if map cell dot object. Now the thing is I know it's got nope, you know what? I can't. I must not. Alright. Mustn't do this because I need to get the map cell. It's part of the okay. Let map cell equal map dot actor location. So now I've got them. And the thing is the update's going to has to be delivered in the map of cell location of map cell. So having the map cell there is of no, it's still okay, isn't it? It's just when we're updating it, we have to update the map. Yeah, we can still do this. We can totally still do this. The map cell, which is the map cell. Okay, so we're cool. So map cell, maybe the object. Maybe a map object? That way we know what we're starting with. Map cell dot object dot value. We know we've checked it is some. We want the value. Well, actually, we've got object at this point. So let's do that. So map object. So I've got that. And now we say, okay, so what kind of object do we have and what does it do? First, we got to check our time. So first, if map object dot current turn is less than actor turn, or less than current turn, then else Now we'll leave it. All right. Current turn is less than, if the map object's current turn is less than the current turn, then actor gets a turn. Else, nothing happens. And at first I thought, I'm like, wait a second, I'm folding through here and the map is changing. And well, what if I get the same guy? What if, because I start, show you here. This is my concern. We'll do this a couple times. Because I'm scanning through and I don't really know there. But let's say this one I scan and I say, oh, we got an object there, update that guy. What he does is he moves here. And then this is the next one I'm dealing with. But the fact that I'm checking the current turn means it's okay. Because it's going to go, oh, he's there. And, ooh, but what if I overwrite? Very, very, okay, so, but I'm taking, ooh. Ooh. This is going to get tricky because I'm going to move things there and yuck. Huh. I have to think about this because this may not be the best thing in the world. Yuck. Okay, I may need to do a thing where I only yeah. Alright, so yeah, I haven't added any. Oh, you know what? I haven't added. Okay. All right. I'm about to. You're probably shouting at me. I'm heading into a big pile of danger here. Because here's map. So map is part of my state. So I have this empty map. And if nothing has happened, then I need to so the map would still be empty, so I just would add nothing there. So map dude. So if my map contains key for location, then map else map.add location map cell. Ugh. Use an object of an indeterminate type. What? Indeterminate type. Okay, we'll do it this way. So let updated map equal this here. If the map contains the key of the location, then it's the map. Otherwise, add the location, and we put updated map encounter. So what is map? Map is what? Map. Then undeterminate object. What are you? You're a cell location. Further type constraints. this needs to be a list empty cell location. What don't you like, dude? So wait, map dot contains key. Well, let's put some types on here. Counters, cell location, list. And put the location, which is a cell location. Map cell, which is a map cell. Okay, so now we got all the stuff. So updated. Here's some nothing. Let's map cell. What don't you like has been used on an object of indeterminate type based on information prior to this program point. Consider adding further type constraints. But location is a cell location, and okay, so current map. Current map contains the key, otherwise do that and do that. Work? No? Wow. Okay. The current map is a really? Seems like, hey kids, time to go look it up. Can I copy? We'll take that part out. Ugh. Let me grab this. How about I delete? Come on. Okay. Going forward pipe, creating a small tuple. Well, alright. If you want to use random access, you should use arrays. I don't want to use random access, but I'm using iterate, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not doing for I and blah do yield that. I think what I need to do, I think I'm doing this wrong. Because the only parts that I really care about are each of the actors. So what can I do? Leaving this be. We'll call this current map. Folds get weird. Yes, they do. It's alright. Don't know what we're doing here. We know that works. But what I really, really want to do is I want to take the map, let Ector locations equal map dot partition, map dot partition. Partition is going to give me two maps. We're going to look up map dot partition because this is how we doing here. All right, we have a little bit of time at partition F sharp. We're going to split the table in twain. So the pair. The first one contains where the predicate returns true, and the second one I don't care about. So let actor locations and who cares become map partition fun key value dot object dot is sum, and then so my actor locations will be a map of that. Then actually I'm going to do a map dot map fun key value dot object dot value. Becomes a so key. Okay. Let actors equal actor locations. We're going to map that. So now actors is just a list of cell locations with the map objects on them. So we actually take actors is what we fold, and we take map as what we are dealing with. Well, we start with, where's map? Map goes there. And we're going to, it's going to change. It's no longer map cell. It is now a map object. It's going to be a map. It's going to be a map object. Okay, so now, map object. We now know perfect. All right, this is way, way better. Because what we're going to do here, now we just, perfect. All right, now we just update. We don't have to do any of this other fooling around. I think I need an extra parenthesis because I'm doing a fold. Not obj, it's map object. So now we're going to update the actor. Perfect. All right, so now I'm starting with the map and an empty list of encounters. And I'm folding through them and taking with my state being my current map and my encounters with the location of the map object and the map object itself. It's going to update the actor at that location. Here's the object. Here's what the current turn is, and we're taking the current map, which comes from map and encounters. Do I need? No, I don't need, because I need my original location. So we call this guy actor. He's an actor. If his current turn is less than the current turn, then do nothing. Otherwise, do nothing. Then eventually, this is recursive because so that if the actor current turn is less than current turn, something's going to happen here, and I'm going to update his current turn to something higher than that. It may still be less than current turn, in which case I call update actor again until it is no longer in this state, and then now see what happens. So it gets very interesting, because, well, what happens if after updating the actor it gets destroyed? because at any point the actor may no longer be there. Well, in which case, well, that's good. So one of the things I need to check, to do, actor gets a turn. To do, does the actor still exist on the map at the original location? He may or may not. Don't know, because some other interaction, let's say a storm moves into a pirate ship and the pirate ship takes the damage, and then as a result it's the last piece of damage and the pirate ship is destroyed. Or do I have a do I make sure that the actor remains through this, and you check the state to see if you do it, and then there's a cleanup at the end here that where there's cleanup. The actor, it's after update, I do a cleanup and purge any of the actors who are now gone. Not sure yet, but in any case, we're kind of out of time for today. I have to go get ready for work. But so I just wanted to check, are we still, we're a little bit sloggy here. There's a lot of processing going on, and so one of the things that I may need to do, because now I do that, still stuck in there, I get out, go back over. Yep, okay. We're still on F4, escapes out of there. So we're at a point where we can start with some of the simple cases, and I think really the easiest one to do is the storm. But I think that what I may have to do is I may have to store. It's becoming increasingly obvious that storing the actors on the map is a bad idea. So I may have to refactor that part out, because it would make more sense for me not to have to do this partition, because I have to go through 65,000 records in order to go, hey, here's all the map objects, rather than, well, why don't I just store those locations and have just a list of these things maintained, and then have that as part of the my the play state. And I think that's what's going to have to happen, because I don't think this works anymore. But that's okay. We will get to that next time. And actually, I will make myself like to do. This should already exist outside of the map, and map object should be removed from map cell. I've known this actually for a little bit, but now I'm really making the call, because I thought, maybe it'd be all right. But in any case, hey, thanks so much for coming on this journey with me. We're actually starting to get to some of the more exciting things. We're right at the cusp of the, hey, we're gonna make something do something other than the boat, and that's a cool place to be. Yeah, it's episode 19, but the thing should start to really get a lot more exciting. Until next time, though, keep that joy of functional game dev in your heart, and I'll see you next time.